Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with some fantastic news. We've just got a bunch of new physical announcements for PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2 proper cartridges. It's actually a lot to get through and it's rather complicated, but that is why I'm here. It's why you are subscribed to this channel. So, Lost in Cult, one of my favorite new publishers, they are a publisher with ambition and they have a vision to treat video games as art with respect. Not some conveyor belt of slop or nostalgia bait cash grab. They are new on the block, but they're already doing some fine stuff. And they have just announced their latest wave of pre-orders, and it is really good news for physical fiends who are hoping for a healthy physical library on their Nintendo Switch 2. If you follow the links down below in the description and pinned comment, you will see that there are 3 new physicals from them on the horizon. I'm going to go through them one by one and explain them all and their various editions, what they entail. Dread Delusion is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch 2 as a proper cartridge release and PlayStation 5. This is an open world RPG published by Dread XP, who are one of my favorite publishers right now. If I had a physical label, honestly, I'd have them guys on speed dial. They know what's up. They've always got something that appeals to me. It's retro-inspired, early 2000s goodness. So it's kind of like Morrowind, but hopefully lacking the janky combat. And that's coming from someone who loves base Morrowind with all my heart. Just like the Elder Scrolls, it's very easy to just wander about and go on your own story. It's got flying ships to tap into that skies of Arcadia cravings, and the vibes are so damn strong with this. I need this in my veins. I had no idea this existed until Lost in Cult's announcement. My only criticism is that you can't see the hands of the characters, so your weapons are just floating about a bit. But I will get over that to explore this world. I needed this like yesterday. The Switch 2 physical is not a Switch 2 edition, so the physical will only play on your Switch 2 console. Sectori is also getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch 2 as a proper cartridge and PlayStation 5. This is a fast twin-stick action game built around slick movement and a hard-hitting techno soundtrack. It was created by a solo developer who previously worked on games including Resogun and Dead Nation, both of which I really like. This is a game you can play for a few hours or a few hundred hours and is apparently really soothing to the ADHD crowd from reviews I've seen about it on Steam. It is an absolute visual feast. Easy Delivery Co. is getting a physical release on the original Switch and PlayStation 5. No Switch 2 physical for this, because, well, there's no Switch 2 version of the game, but it will play just fine on your Switch 2, and in fact, it is the only game in this video that will work on both consoles. And while the name sounds dumb, I only needed one damn screenshot to tell me I need this immediately. Easy Delivery Co. isn't your usual German-made logistics simulator, it's a nostalgia simulator. It's got that PS1 fuzz that makes my pants tingle. Relaxing, simple, and adorable. You are a cat that drives, and it looks like the 32-bit era. Can anything possibly be more cozy than that? So those are the 3 games. Now, the physical releases for them are a little bit complicated, but I think it is a net benefit this way. Sometimes overcomplicated releases can seem anti-consumer, but Lost in Cult have your hearts in mind, alongside your wallet. Because for each of these 3 games, there are 3 physical versions for each console that I've talked about. Firstly, there is the retail release. This is the release you will see in your local North American retailer, VGP for example, alongside other excessively more evil corporations. It will not be sold in European stores because legally they can't with the North American age rating. This one you'll have to wait slightly longer to pre-order, but I will link VGP down below where you will see it when it eventually pops up. It might be straight away, but it also might be a couple of days from now. But, and it is a big but, bigger than my butt as I sit on this chair recording this script for you guys. If you check Lost in Cult's website, which I have linked down below in the description and pinned comment, Lost in Cult have a Retail Plus version, which is the same price as the intended MSRP for the normal retail, but you get more stuff. Instead of thinking of it as a Retail Plus, think of it more as a early bird bonus targeted towards the most loyal and best supporters out there. Dread Delusion, for example, will include 4 art cards illustrated by Artyom Trakhanov. He sounds important. Sectori will include a soundtrack CD, and Easy Delivery Co. will include a fold-out map and logo sticker. That is the same price, but more stuff. You can pre-order this Retail Plus version exclusively at Lost in Cult. I've linked them all down below where you can find these Retail Plus versions. But that's not all, because Lost in Cult have become synonymous with their editions, not only because of a slightly confusing name, but because of their bespoke quality. These are beautifully put together collector's editions of the games that you will not find made anywhere else in the physical collecting sphere. These are the kind of products that would be sold in shops that I'm not allowed in. Shops that are scented and they give you complimentary drinks. They have that tape across the entrance to only allow a certain amount of people in at once, unless you're me and they tell you to go away immediately. All 3 of the games talked about in this video have these editions, and they are very limited. Dread Delusion on Nintendo Switch 2 will only have 1,500 copies and 1,000 for PlayStation 5. This will include the game on disc or cartridge, an essay and dev interview booklet, a poster, sticker, 4 art cards, director's authenticity card, and a variant game cover. Yes, these editions versions have different cover art compared to the Retail and Retail Plus version. And it also includes the art cards from the Retail Plus edition. In fact, all of these editions have their Retail Plus content. Sectori is limited to the same amount, 1,500 copies on Switch 2 and 1,000 for PlayStation 5. Alongside the Retail Plus soundtrack, this also has the essay and dev interview booklet, poster, sticker, 4 art cards, director's authenticity card, and the variant game cover. And it is worth mentioning that they all come in a collector's box with newly commissioned art for the release, and that's often the star of the show for me. Seeing classy artwork takes it to the next level. They don't find this art down the back of the sofa like some companies out there. Easy Delivery Co. will have 1,500 copies for the original Switch and 1,000 for PlayStation 5. This includes the same stuff: essay and dev interview booklet, poster, sticker, 4 art cards, director's authenticity card, variant game cover, and the map and logo from the Retail Plus version. And while I do think all of the exclusive variant covers are like 100 times better with these special editions, I think Easy Delivery Co. really shines. It's like, of course that's the one you're gonna want. Everything about the presentation for these editions is completely above every other publisher out there. I'm not gonna name any names, but you can see half-hearted limited editions all the time. Cheap, tacky merch to ramp up the price to $300 and so on, but no. This is class, and all 3 are planned to ship in Q1 next year. These editions, like the Retail Plus, are exclusive to Lost in Cult's website. I've linked them down below, and any purchase made via one of those links helps support me and this channel in the best way possible. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Lost in Cult will ship to North America, don't worry, and anywhere else in the world. Now, I know what some of you may be saying: I've pre-ordered stuff from them already, where's me stuff? Well, here is an update on their other pre-orders. Thank goodness you're here. Immortality, The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow, Haunty, and Animal Well, all 5 of those have now shipped successfully. You should have them in your hands unless you have them included in another order somewhere. Arco, Norco, Promise Mascot Agency, and Paper Trail are expected to ship before mid-October. I Am Your Beast and Arranger are expected to ship at the end of the year. And Tenebris Somnia, which was their first Switch 2 announcement, is probably the end of the year or early next year. The game's not finished yet, and Lost in Cult are in no rush to print incomplete games. While there may be minor patches in the future, like they're not going to forbid devs from updating their game or anything, that would be silly, but their cartridges and their discs should be in the best preservable state possible at the time of printing. These editions are very limited going by their history. They don't have many of the shipped ones left, if at all. I think they have some Haunty left, but if you want to add anything to this order, you can do so with the links below. I should state that these are ESRB only releases. While Lost in Cult are a UK based business, their key partner in production is North American. However, the Switch and Switch 2 and PlayStation 5 are region free unless you bought the entry price Japanese Switch 2, which I'm pretty sure none of you did listening right now. So whether you're in Europe or North America or Africa or Asia or whatever, not only will you have a beautiful bespoke physical on your shelf, but you'll also have something playable on any console. If you are keeping an eye on the health of the Switch 2 physical debacle, I will add both Dread Delusion and Sectori to my little database of proper Switch 2 physical releases. They won't be added straight away because of embargoed information and stuff, but they will be added soon after I release this video. And you can bookmark that Excel sheet with the link below to watch the Switch 2 library grow. I update it with everything. So which of these are you most excited about? I truly can't choose between Dread Delusion or Easy Delivery Co. Let me know in the comments below. I do want to know your opinion, and if you've received one of Lost in Cult special editions in the past, what do you think of it? Are you happy with it? Let people know about the quality, and I hope you all have a fantastic, wonderful day. Take care.